Tuesday, April 28, 2026, AGNDD IntelliReport topic, A Humble Jeopardy! Champ ends his run. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this partially AI-generated article-based video. A Humble Jeopardy! Champ ends his run. Jamie Ding, a self-described faceless bureaucrat from New Jersey, became a TV sensation during his 31-game winning streak. Jamie Ding is back home in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, after winning $880,000 on Jeopardy credit. Brian Anselm for the New York Times. By Callie Holterman, published April 27, 2026, updated April 28, 2026, 9:27 a.m. EAT. For the past month, Jeopardy episodes have followed a pattern. The theme music plays. The three contestants stand at their lecterns. Then two of them are clobbered by a mild-mannered bureaucrat from New Jersey named Jamie Ding. But on Monday's episode, the unthinkable happened. After 31 victories, Ding lost. His streak is the fifth longest in Jeopardy history. He fell just one win short of matching James Holzhauer's 2019 run, and he left the Alex Trebek stage with more than $880,000 in winnings. Early in the game broadcast on Monday, Ding found himself lagging behind Greg Shahad, an international master in chess who was lightning fast on the buzzer. During Final Jeopardy, Ding jotted down the correct response to a clue about South African languages, but it wasn't enough to make up the deficit. It was over just like that, Ding, 33, said in an interview. Contestants who went up against him included a statistician, a librarian, and a professor. Ding produced so many correct answers, always in the form of a question, that it seemed he might never run out. Who was Trotsky? What are non-Newtonian fluids? What are waffle fries? On the April 10th episode, Ding won $36,400. Credit, Jeopardy Productions. Throughout his reign, he was matter-of-fact as he came up with arcana in a split second. What is cuneiform? He endeared himself to viewers through his comically humdrum banter with the show's host, Ken Jennings, about such topics as his favorite color, orange, his favorite letter, F, and his favorite number, 6. As the streak continued, the drama-free anecdotes and humble bits of personal information shared by Ding seemed to amuse Jennings, a former Jeopardy champ who holds the record for consecutive wins with 74. The depth of Ding's knowledge went along with a lack of bluster. He proudly identified himself as a faceless bureaucrat. When he won a game, he looked pleasantly surprised, as if he had been given an unusually good free sample at Trader Joe's. "Put Jamie Ding on the $20 bill," one fan demanded in a tribute on the newsletter platform Substack. After his Jeopardy loss had been taped, but before it was broadcast, Ding gave a video interview from his two-bedroom apartment in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. There he was, in front of an orange couch and a stuffed orange clownfish. He said he had remained calm throughout his final game, even as he realized that he was on his way to a loss. He went backstage and stared at the mostly orange clothes he had brought along in the hope that his streak would continue. "During it, I was trying to stay grounded," he said, "planning to win a whole bunch of games of Jeopardy. Just feels like asking to lose." Ding filmed the show in 5-episode chunks in Los Angeles during vacation days from his job as a program administrator for the New Jersey Housing and Mortgage Finance Agency. His work involves administering tax credits to build affordable housing in the state. In an early appearance, he praised New Jersey's efforts on the issue compared with those of New York, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania. "If you're from one of those states, then shame on you," he said. "Build more housing." Ding said he planned to donate some of his Jeopardy winnings and bank the rest. Credit, Brian Anselm for the New York Times. He spends his time away from his job studying law at Seton Hall University. He said he did not expect his Jeopardy windfall to change his life all that much. He planned to donate some money and put the rest in a high-yield savings account. In a way, Ding said, he had been preparing for the show since childhood. The son of a neuroscience professor and a high school math teacher, he grew up in Grosse Pointe Shores, a suburb of Detroit. He competed in geography bees and on his high school quiz bowl team. He recalled losing a sixth-grade spelling bee when he misspelled the word bolero. B-L-E-R-O, he said, terrible. As an undergraduate at Princeton, he studied molecular biology, thinking he might become a doctor. But a year as an AmeriCorps Vista program member in Jersey City, New Jersey, nudged him toward working to address the housing crisis. Ding admitted he was not a regular Jeopardy viewer until early this year. Still, he had taken the online qualification test several times. In November 2024, a producer asked him to audition over Zoom. After learning he had been cast, he started studying in earnest. "I checked out a big stack of books like an atlas and a book about Shakespeare by Isaac Asimov," he said. His sister, Jessie Ding, a 31-year-old lawyer, caught him up on pop culture, telling him all about the HBO show Industry and helping him identify the faces of various celebrities. He practiced buzzing in quickly, using a retractable highlighter. By his third victory, it was clear that Ding had the stuff to make a deep run, said Andy Saunders, the publisher of the website The Jeopardy Fan. In that game, he responded to 45 clues correctly, tying a record set by Jennings during his streak in 2004. On the set of Jeopardy, the host Ken Jennings talks with Ding at his lectern. A bit of host-contestant banter between Ken Jennings and Ding on the April 9th episode. Credit, Jeopardy Productions. Ding was a relatively conservative player, avoiding the all-in wagers on daily doubles that were a go-to stratagem for Holzhauer. But he was unusually fast on the buzzer and seemed to have few weak categories. The key to Jamie's run really has been his incredibly wide base of knowledge in just about any category you can think of, Saunders said. Ding used a tactic he called knight moves, traversing the board in an L-shaped pattern like a knight in chess. Maybe it threw his opponents off balance, or maybe it was just nice to have a simple rule to follow, he said. It's basically a guaranteed way to pick something of a different difficulty and in a different category, he added. He watched his first Jeopardy appearance at Pint, a bar in Jersey City, with friends from so many different groups that it felt like a wedding. He is still getting used to the attention that comes with being a TV star. Watching my episodes, I can be pretty self-critical, like, "Why did you do that?" or "What's wrong with your face?" he said. The outpouring of support has been worth the discomfort. I'm trying to keep a list of people who did nice things for me because it's so many, he said. Now that his streak has ended, he can return to his hobbies, like constructing cryptic crosswords and running an Instagram account rating General Tso's chicken with his sister. He is also part of a group of interveners seeking to block the U.S. Department of Justice from obtaining New Jersey's voter registration records. It won't be long, though, before he starts studying for the Jeopardy Tournament of Champions. He might even need some more orange clothes. I have a reputation to uphold, he said. Comments? Stephen, NY. Jamie had a fabulous run, ended in part by the bad luck. He did not find any of the daily doubles, while his opponent Greg Shahade found all three, bet aggressively, and answered them all correctly. Greg put on a very impressive performance and will surely have a winning streak of his own. I look forward to seeing it. Callie Holterman, Styles reporter. At Stephen, I was curious to talk to Jamie about his daily double strategy, which is a lot less aggressive than other super champs of recent years, Holzhauer especially. Can you still make a deep run without hunting for daily doubles and betting it all every time? Jamie proved that the answer is yes. That said, I'm curious to see how far Shahade will go with a different strategy. Ted, NY. 11 hours ago. Thank you NY Times and Jamie Ding for reminding us that decent and capable people still walk amongst us. Drama Doc? Jungle Land? 7 hours ago? What a dramatic episode. The challenger took a big lead, but then Jamie was coming back. He fell one question short of keeping it from being a runaway and having a chance to win in the final round. My wife, daughter, and I really enjoyed watching Jamie's run because we lived just down the road from him, 15 minutes. We were fascinated by what my wife found out about him on the internet. Coming from MI, went to Princeton, studied molecular biology, and now is a bureaucrat, presumably in Trenton, 10 minutes from us. How do you go from that major to that job? Why was he studying law part-time at Seton Hall? He clearly has the intelligence to go to one of the big-name law schools. I would be surprised if it were anything but his humble personality. But thanks for this article for filling in some of the blanks. He had a great run and had to come up with something new to say about himself for 31 episodes. That couldn't have been easy. His parents must be really proud. Jamie, if you are reading these comments, my daughter is a little older, 37, majored and got a master's in marine biology. She has done research with algae and worked for companies that do things with it. But we finally got her back to NJ, so for now she is working for a pharmaceutical that produces cancer treatments. Want to meet her? I'm joking, of course, and she would kill me for writing this, but I couldn't resist. Keep fighting the good fight. Grandma Ladle. The kitchen. 11 hours ago. I too was getting tired of Jamie Ding's winning, so it was with great glee that I watched Greg Shahad build a strong lead, $32,600 to Jamie's $16,000 in the moments before the final question. Spoiler alert. I predicted Jamie would wager all his money and hoped that Greg would wager at least $600 on the answer if he had any hopes of winning. To my great shock, Jamie wagered less than $2,000, knowing that although he knew the answer, he would have to cede the game to his opponent. It was a graceful and uber-sportsmanlike gesture that made me and I hope many viewers more in awe of Mr. Ding for having done that than impressed by his stellar performance. Bravo. What a player. What a gentleman. Callie Holterman, Styles reporter, commented 9 hours ago at Grandma Ladle. Jamie told me he felt kind of peaceful toward the end of the game. He realized he wasn't going to win, and he felt okay about it. He said that certainty made it easier to move on. Lee, Washington, D.C., 10 hours ago. Jamie was a great champion. Obviously, he is whip smart, but it is his unassuming, humble demeanor that is most noticeable. His stint in the AmeriCorps Vista program, his work in addressing the housing crisis, and his participation in a court case to block the DOJ from obtaining NJ's voter registration records tell me that Jamie is a humble, caring, grounded, and highly intelligent young man. So glad I had the opportunity to cheer him on during his incredible Jeopardy run. Look forward to supporting him during the Tournament of Champions. Janet S. Los Osos, California, 11 hours ago. Even though I often felt sorry for the contestants facing him who had probably waited a long time to get on Jeopardy, I will miss him. I appreciate his humility and, of course, his vast knowledge in so many categories. Thanks for the fun games, Jamie. RPD, Los Angeles, 4 hours ago. Jamie is awesome, and his run was one of the few unifying figures in recent times. Ann Swift, Wisconsin, 4 hours ago. I loved watching this young, courteous man. Jeopardy and all is so kind and relaxing to watch. John C., Chicago, 4 hours ago. Loved watching Ding's streak. Someone, somewhere on the internet, should have a table comparing where Jeopardy contestants stand vis-a-vis master contestants after, say, 20 days, which would show that they are really hot stuff. I always wondered where Ding's winnings after 20 days compared to Jennings' take, number of questions answered correctly at 21 days, etc. Could give baseball stats a run for the money. Midwest Mom, Chicago, 4 hours ago. 3 cheers for Jamie Ding. It was a treat watching him. Knowing that he works to address the housing crisis makes me an even bigger fan. George, Carbondale, Colorado, 4 hours ago. I'll offer perhaps the only slight criticism of Jamie, whom I found to be pleasantly self-effacing. This may be an almost uncontrollable feature of successful competitors, but when he had insurmountable leads with only a half-dozen small-dollar clues remaining, why didn't he back off like some basketball and football coaches do and let the competition get a few more points? It seems almost cruel to keep smacking them down. Jack Krasner, California. 4 hours ago, we became steady Jeopardy. Viewers, during Jamie's run, he was a delight to watch. Miss you, Jamie. Janet. NJ. 4 hours ago. April 2026. Watch Jeopardy every night to see if Jamie continues winning, then switch to the New York Mets to see if they continue losing. Peter. New York. 4 hours ago. I loved watching Jamie, partially because he seemed to take more joy in just playing the game than winning. I'll miss him. Citizen of the 21st century. USA. 4 hours ago. My 92-year-old father in West Virginia started calling me every evening at the end of Jeopardy so we could compare notes about Jamie's nightly wins. Dad was so excited about his streak. I missed his call yesterday evening but received a very sad and disappointed voice message. We can't wait to cheer Jamie on in future tournaments.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD IntelliReport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!